Part
Hey.
2. Welcome to part 2, everybody.
All right. All right. Now, before we get back into the flow of conversation, it's time to bring up the weird animal fact of the episode. This week, it's brought to us by Danny's Dandruff Destroyer. Now, if you're anything like me, you don't like a white Christmas, a white New Year, or a white January. You'd rather have no snow, if you know what I'm saying. So, for only a small payment of $145, you can get the dandruff removing gel. You just rub it into your hair and wash it out in the shower. And if you feel a light burning sensation, that means it's working. You're also going to get the burn gel. It's going to get rid of that really, really powerful burning sensation that builds up for about 5 minutes after you use the first gel. And then you're also going to receive the blister healing gel, and that's going to get rid of the blisters that form as a result of the first gel. But you're going to get rid of that dandruff. Now, Cody, doesn't that sound like a really, really simple, really nice deal?
Now, I I don't want to risk this sponsorship, but it does work on your balls.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it works some magic down
Perfectly.
there, okay?
Perfectly every time.
Just
I mean, honestly, if I could just get the burning relief gel, I mean, I would just rub that all over my body and sleep, just coated in it.
some people like to rub it on their feet. I don't know why.
I like to rub it on my penis. All right, so now we're on to the weird animal fact. Thanks again to Danny's Dandruff Destroyers for sponsoring this episode. Remember, a one-time payment of $119 to receive 3 bottles. That's 36 fluid ounces of gel. All right. When male honeybees mate, their penises explode to better ensure the sperm will find its way into the female. During the queen's nuptial flight, she'll mate with about a dozen to 400 partners and leave a trail of dead, exploded, penisless corpses in her wake.
Oh, no.
Thanks again to our
That's a
sponsor.
horrible thing to visualize as a human.
Yeah, well, I just, want to take this opportunity again to say thanks to our sponsor for making it so that I had the money to say that stupid shit. All right.
Thank you, Dilby. Thank you, Uncle
No,
Pasta.
that was yesterday. That was well, the Uncle Pasta doesn't always sponsor. Like the weird animal fact sponsorship seems to change. Like nobody seems to want to continue to sponsor it after I say it. Actually, yeah, I just got an email from Danny's Dandruff Destroyer. They're not. I don't know how they heard that, considering that this isn't live, but yeah, they're not happy with how I'm displaying their product here. Let's move on.
Once we get that sponsorship for Dr. Plutonium's ass cream, I think all of this will just subside pretty fast, and my finance committee will be very happy. They won't be calling me at 3 in the morning saying, "Cody, we've accrued a lot of debt, and you are not running this ship the right direction." And of course,
So wait, you're telling me your accountants are gonna commit mutiny on you?
I'm telling you, my accountants are from fucking far Europe, like Tommy Wiseau country, and
Okay.
if they keep fucking me around with this legal shit, then I'm gonna send them one. I'm sending them one more trip east
Oh.
to where they come from.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Cody's a build that wall guy.
When's the last time you've been to Elitch's or any
Um,
like theme park?
you know, I don't know if I've ever been to Elitch's.
Oh
Probably
man,
like, oh, I went for 8th grade, like our 8th grade trip.
yeah, I did
So,
too. That shit was fun. Back when schools had like kind of a fucking budget for cool shit.
yeah, I
Because I
mean,
swear, like, dude, after elementary school, I went on one field trip.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the one field trip I went on between middle school and high school.
Because like elementary school, we went on like 1 or 2 field trips every year, it seemed. And in middle school, I only went on the Elitch's one, and then in high school, I only went on one. Honestly, this field trip was fucking lit though, because we got to go downtown and the teacher did not give a fuck. He was just like, "All right, we're downtown. Walk around, do whatever you want." So we did. We went to like McDonald's, got some food. We met some homeless people who scared the shit out of us. But like, I
Yeah,
swear,
that's
there's
pretty
just
much a universal going downtown experience.
field trips just aren't like a thing anymore. Also, downtown is a trip too because we explored like all of downtown. So we went to like Lodo where it's nice and there's bars and stuff and like it's a fun place to be. Like Lodo is genuinely pretty cool. But then you go to like 5 Points and you can get so killed.
Oh yeah,
Go
like
to
in a
Lodo,
second.
go to the bar, get a drink, go down to 5 Points, you can get so fucking killed. And that's what we learned that day. We also went to the Tattered Cover, like the OG one, and it's fucking awesome. That is the coolest store. It's literally just a bookstore, but it's so cool. Like, because it's all old and shit.
Fuck, dude, I haven't been to 5 Points in years.
It's not a fun place to be. I mean, I haven't
Oh
been there
yeah,
in years. I don't think I've been there since that field trip, honestly. Actually, that's not true. I'm
the
pretty sure, like, me and Sarah and some other random people, because, like, Sarah would randomly like to go downtown for no fucking reason. She never had any
well,
money or, like,
it's easier to get free money and fucking free like shit downtown because you
true,
can
yeah,
get
she did know
gas.
people at Stoner Hill, which I
Yeah.
don't think Stoner Hill's a thing anymore.
No, I'm pretty sure the cops just like sit right there now.
Yeah, plus I think they started like building over it. I think they started putting like apartments through there.
Fucking downtown cops are dicks, dude. So, there was one time back when I worked at the bakery in the mall down there. I was walking down the street smoking a cigarette, and a cop. You know how there's like that cop slash bus lane in the mall.
Yeah.
And the cop pulled up to me, and he was like, "Hey, man, like you can't have that. You got to put it out." And like I was like, "Okay." So I like went to start putting it out like on the ground, and he was like, "Don't do that." So I like went to put it out on my shoe, and he was like, "Don't do that." And I was like, "Are you messing with me, dude?" And he was like, "No, you need to put it out." And I was like, "Where?" And he was like, "I don't know. There's no ashtrays." So I ended up having to like turn a corner and go down to a road where it was legal to smoke, and like put my cigarette out. And I was like, "This fucking asshole."
What a fucking loser. Talk
I
about
know.
having nothing to do. It's like, dude, you're downtown. There's
I know.
somebody there's
Like,
somebody
like
getting
somebody within
stabbed
like
6 feet away from you.
yeah, there's
Guaranteed.
like I can see several crimes being committed just like with my eyes right now. Like I'm pretty sure that dude's a pickpocket. Pretty sure that dude's got a knife. Pretty like yeah.
Fucking
There was
Denver.
also one time I was like walking downtown waiting for the bus, and I got like hella mean mugged by this dude who was just I was just like standing waiting for the bus, and he like came up to me and just like got really close to my face, and I was like, "What?" And he was like just glaring at me, and I was like, "Okay, well, does it make you less angry if I stand over here?" And like just like mean mugged me away from the bus stop. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm not getting stabbed by a lunatic today. That's not happening."
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like the big city. I don't know how people live in LA just off the basis of the traffic.
A lot of people probably just don't have a car as their like everyday mode of transportation.
They all have that Eric Andre song stuck in their head. We love LA. We love to be here every day.
Fuck,
They're
let's
all just
see.
crying on the inside while they're waiting 45 minutes to drive 10 yards down the road.
I just want to get to the ocean. It's right fucking there.
I bet like if LA was as it was portrayed in GTA as Los Santos, it'd be like way more of a paradise because there's like virtually no fucking traffic in GTA 5.
Oh yeah, it'd be unplayable if there was LA level traffic in GTA 5.
Yeah, it would genuinely fucking suck. Especially if the
Uh,
car like blew up as fast as it does in the old games. In GTA 3 and Vice City, the cars blow up really quick.
Just so you know, it's not GTA, it's Vice City.
It's Vice City. Oh yeah,
Vice
the
City.
Star Wars dad's story. While we're on the subject of like, I don't know how I actually got to the subject from what we were talking about, but yeah, when I was a kid, obviously, you know, when you're a kid, you play pretend games and shit with your friends. At least if you're, I don't know what the hell kids do nowadays. Actually, they're probably like, they're probably just all on iPads and being
Yeah.
socially inept, which is sad. But back then, we went outside and we played pretend games, and me and my friend would play pretend Star Wars. But we had like a really stupid, like weird soap opera-y kind of a way we went about it. And one of the things was we both had dads from the movies. My dad was Qui-Gon Jinn, and my friend got stuck with Obi-Wan because I was like, "Fuck you, man! I'm on that Liam Neeson shit. Get the fuck out of here. The Qui-Gon's my dad. I don't care if he dies a comedically stupid death, the hands of Darth Maul. I don't care, man." But yeah, we would have this thing where it was like, all right, Qui-Gon Jinn's my dad. Your dad is Obi-Wan. That didn't even really actually make sense either, but we didn't give a fuck. But there was this thing where while we were playing, we would like go on these pretend missions and be like, "Yeah, we fucking did it, dude. We slashed up droids with our lightsabers and we fucking saved hot women or whatever we were doing." Usually our goal in these pretend games was to save an imaginary hot woman. And
Yeah.
it doesn't get much better than that, honestly, because that's just all that's what it's all about, man. You're a 9-year-old kid and you're like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm saving the women. I'm the ultimate
Yeah.
white knight. But yeah, after every mission, we would go hang out with our Star Wars dads. And we would go to different parts of the house from each other. Because part of this was that we lived on different planets. Like, my friend lived on fucking Hoth or some shit. I lived on, I'm pretty sure, Naboo. So I was like, all right, this room is Naboo. This room is going to be your planet. So we're going to go to these different planets and hang out with our dads. And it was just like, yeah, it was fun. It made no sense and it was actually really stupid, but yeah.
Yeah, me and my friends all like I had three different friends I would play pretend games with, and neither of these friends were friends with each other. So when I was hanging out with them, I was only hanging out like with one on one, right? So the type of pretend game we would play would depend on the friend. If it was like Michael, we would play like a completely made up our own universe, like make up our own characters and our own like stakes and everything. Whereas if I was playing with like Nick or fucking John, it would be more like Harry Potter, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, whatever like show we were into at the time, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But anyway, regardless, it would be like the same shit. You would be related to someone important, so like your name would be like Chain Skywalker. I'm Anakin's third cousin,
They call
and
me
I am
Hayes Potter.
yeah. They call me They call me Barry Potter, and I'm very important to the story as well. Like we would pretty much always be like also protagonists, so we would just
Yeah,
like
same.
share the spotlight with whatever
Share the
protagonist.
load.
Just like imagine if Harry Potter, but if like the Harry
Imagine
Potter
if
role was
imagine
split.
if it was Harry Potter except 10 times easier because he had a really powerful sidekick.
And then yeah, it would always be like at the end of like whatever battle we were playing, it would be like, all right, now let's get married to the girls that we save. My girlfriend's name is Crystal. What's your girlfriend's name?
We
Or
always
if we
did
were
that
playing
too.
like if we were playing like Star Wars or Harry Potter, it'd be like, dude, Ahsoka's kind of hot. I think I'm gonna ask her out. And then it's like, all right, let's have a co-wedding to whoever like we're gonna get married at the same time because our characters are just that
It's just like
bonded in
it's like a
blood.
real life version of the fucking of like that Halo 2 player co-op when there's two Master Chiefs. Like
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, dude, we gotta get married at the same time because we only have the budget for one cutscene. And then it's like, we'd be like, after we'd get married to our wives, it'd be like, alright, I'm gonna go up to my room, you go to the guest room, and we're gonna bang our wives, and then we'll meet up back
Let's try to get this done before my mom comes and picks me up.
Oh, and then, yeah, it'd be like, after that, it's like, alright, let's meet up. We've got another mission on Tatooine. We've got to take out Jabba the Hutt. Oh, good times. And then the Harry Potter ones were always the cringiest because it'd be like, oh, let's go to Diagon Alley and
For me, the
fucking
funniest ones
buy
were
our wands and get our potion supplies and whatnot.
the funniest one was Halo because like I was a Spartan and I was just okay with that. I was like, yes, I am a Spartan. And then my friend was like, yeah, I'm a Spartan and an elite. I was like, well, no, you can't. You can't be both. That doesn't make sense. And I was like, what kind of armor you got then? And he's like, it's like a mix of the two. I was like, no, that's not how that works.
My dad was a Spartan. My mom was an elite.
Yeah, like what? His whole I was like, dude, this goes against all the lore too, because like the Spartans were trained way before the Covenant were even known about. So how the hell did they just randomly find you, like adopt you into the
Spartan?
I'm not gonna read that far into it though. It's childhood games that we were playing. It's fun to look back and dissect it though.
My one friend Michael.
Nowadays little kids don't play games like that. They just all have phones.
iPads. Phones! My one friend Michael and I, we would make up our own, like, stories. And they would always be like, it would always start out with him being like, Chase, come up with an idea, because he didn't like to come up with the ideas. So I'd be like, alright, let's say, and it would always start out with those exact two words. Let's say that you and me were like brother knights, and we're part of a kingdom that's expanding, and we're gonna take out some dirty fucking natives, and like it'd just be like shit, like serious, like fucked up, like shit that I definitely learned by watching like AMC and shit when my parents went to bed, and yeah, we would have these like super cringe ass like, yeah, oh no, like I'm locked in a duel with this really powerful ogre and he's got me like pinned against the tree. I need you to come in and save me, all dramatic. And it would never be cool looking and it would always be really stupid. I always look back at that now and it's like, man, we played that shit until we were too old. Like, we were doing that until we were like 15, or like not 15, probably like 13 and 14. And it was like, yeah, I remember that and I cringe.
I think it's crazy how many people are still into Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I thought that would be like a kind of a dying thing. I've never played it, but there's still like a huge audience for that shit.
Sucks. I'm sorry if you like Dungeons and Dragons out there, people.
Shit,
but Dungeons and Dragons
murder. Aries, no, stop.
Sucks.
He's sitting on the cord. The mic's about to fall. Shit. Hold on.
Aries, no. Alright, it's just you and me, chat.
Okay, I think we're good.
So, I have no idea what I was talking about.
Me neither. That actually fucked my whole flow. Technical shit always fucks my flow up, though.
Yeah, that like reset my brain.
I hate that. That's like the second time, like in a couple days that's happened, and like it's always just like, come on, man. I was on a roll.
I was
having a good run.
Oh yeah, I remember what I was talking about. So, back when me and my friend would play like pretend games in the backyard, there was also this one time that like we invited the neighbor over to play with us. because his mom made us, and we were like, playing basketball and shit, and then, we were like, you know what? We should play, like, Knights or whatever we were into at the time. And this neighbor kid, roasted the living shit out of us, bro. Like, he made us feel so embarrassed for playing pretend that, like, we didn't do it for, like, 3 months.
It's like a
After
Darman video.
he was just like, you guys play pretend? And we were like getting swords out and being like, yeah, man, what do you want to play? And he was just like, I want to play basketball because I actually want to kiss girls. And like, I remember that like shocked me to my core. I was like, oh, because like I was like 12 years old, so I wasn't used to confrontation yet. So like he was like, yeah, I actually want to kiss girls, so I'm gonna go find someone to play basketball with. And my friend Michael was always like way tougher out of the two of us, so he took it way better. He was like, fine, man, we don't want to play with you anyway. He was like, I wouldn't want to play with a couple of nerds. And then he like slammed his basketball down as hard as he could, and it like went flying into the air, and he
flew into orbit.
Fuck
you, nerd.
It landed, and funny story about that, it landed in Michael's tree, and it just like stayed there. Like it was there the last time I saw that tree, which was when I was like 19. So
holy hell.
like, yeah, that guy just left. He never came back for his basketball, and it just stayed up there in that tree for like ever.
That reminds me of a time my friend, like, this kid was super prone to shit happening to him on trampolines. So, pretty much every time he'd get on a trampoline, he'd get hurt. So his parents made the obvious choice, and they got him a trampoline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They probably wanted him to die. So, anyway, he did a backflip into it. Granted, he was pretty agile. He could do some pretty cool shit. But at one point, my trampoline was, like, backed up to, like, a corner in my yard, and there was a big old tree that, like, from the neighbor's yard, it, like, arched over. And he did a backflip right into that tree. And he landed in one of the branches, like, nuts first, like a fucking broomstick. And then he just, like, cartoon character, like, curled back and landed back on the trampoline. This other time, he, like, landed on his neck, and he jumped off the trampoline and started running in circles around my backyard like a chicken with his head cut off. He was yelling, my neck, I broke my neck. I was like, no, you didn't break your neck. You would not be this mobile. Trust me.
He would be less than alive. There was one time that me and that same friend were having a snowball fight, and I had to go home because like I couldn't even like hit him because he was like just like a snow acrobat. Like he was like James Bond, bro. He could do like tactical rolls in the snow and shit. I was like, how is this bohemian child doing this? And then he had the uncanny ability, every single snowball he threw at me, every single one hit me right in the nuts. Like didn't matter how
annoying.
Yeah, it didn't matter how far away he was. It didn't matter like how like much I was moving. Just be like he'd throw a snowball at me, and I'd see it, and I'd be like, I'm not gonna let this hit me in the nuts, and then it would hit me in the nuts.
Reminds me of this time we went paintballing, and I got hit in the nuts so many times, and I didn't have any kind of like I was just wearing pants, and I was just getting pelted in the dick, so like left and right. It sucked. It was fun, but I probably had penis welts after that. Call me penis
like,
welts.
Sometimes I wonder if I can have kids. It's like I really hope that I can. I would like a kid someday, a little baby Chasey Poo.
Those are some tasty ass kids.
What? Ew, don't ever say something like that again. Cody, no! Okay.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. I'm not gonna lie, that Chili's I ordered was not it. It was not very good. The sandwich was okay, but the fries and the
I've never had anything from Chili's and been like, oh yeah, that was bomb. I'm totally gonna have that again. I've never had anything that's like ew gross, but
Their food's so processed.
yeah.
Yeah, Chili's is just like
Chili's is alright.
it's the type of food that gives you like one health point when you eat it.
Uh,
Come here, burger. Just get some big back ribs.
what was I gonna? Oh yeah, back to the Elitch's thing. You've never been to Elitch's, you
I
said.
have. I went
Oh
with my
yeah,
eighth
yeah.
grade
Do
class.
do you remember any of the rides?
I remember the Tower of Doom, which I hated. I remember the swinging pirate ship thing, which I hated. I
Oh, the
remember the
Sea Dragon?
one.
I actually like the Sea Dragon. It's really
I'm
like it's one of those kind of like a baby ride. Like it's one of those rides for people that are scared of real rides, but it's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, I'm a pussy. Like I'll say that right up front. I'm a massive pussy when it comes to shit like that. So I just I do not like even that one. Like
I think the best ride Elitch's has going for it is probably Twister 2, objectively, because that ride is like, it's fun. It's also like a classic. It's like it's been around since like 60s or whatever, but it won't hurt you. That's like the one ride at Elitch's that's guaranteed to like no matter how old you are, you'll get off it and you won't be like, "Oh, my neck. Fuck." Meanwhile, like the Mind Eraser is like super fucking fun, but it'll hurt you. Especially if you're in the front row. It's super fun in the front row because you're doing like flips and shit, but when you get out of it, it's kind of like you have like kind of a whiplash you feel. They actually closed down the flying coaster because too many people were getting hurt on it. Hurt as in like, neck pain and stuff.
Whiplash.
They
That
weren't like,
sucks.
yeah, they weren't getting like flung around and shit.
Ugh, if you're over 35, don't even go on that thing. I was 35 when I went on that thing. Damn, it killed me.
It sucks too because it's still there. Because Elitch's never like moves their old rides out, so
They're
like
getting ready to shut Elitch's down anyway, so who cares?
like forever. Huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they are. It's speculation right now, but yeah, I think Cronky's going to build another huge sports model with there. Oh, no, wait. No, there's going to be apartments, townhomes and shit. Yay. Right there on the river.
Have you ever been to Lakeside?
uh
I had a friend who
It's
cut there.
I have not been to Lakeside. I've been to Waterworld. I like Waterworld a lot.
yeah,
I lo-
Lakeside is fucking brutal. It's like the Dark Souls of theme parks. Like it's also just really janky. Like when you drive by it, there's nothing appealing about it. You're like, yeah, that place looks like shit. I would rather make a fucking makeshift theme park in my backyard than go there. I'd rather just
You
Ed
know,
and Eddie some shit together.
you know what my least favorite like tourist attraction thing is? The
What?
fucking Mall of America.
Oh yeah.
That place is stupid. It's just a giant mall. Like that's literally it. And people like it's so crowded. When I went there, it was like you couldn't even go to any of the stores because they were all just packed. And it's like, bro, like I'm not gonna get to buy anything. What's the point of being here? Just to stand in the air conditioning.
Because that's where Americans shop.
The Mall of America. This is the place where you must make the holy pilgrimage and spend 100,000 of your American dollars.
It'd be like kind of hard to spend money in a place that's that crowded. Like the real challenge would be standing in line, at least if you're that
Yeah.
rich. People
I
love standing in line though. They really do.
I
Literally
can't
just
imagine the Mall of America's doing that great right now though. Like I do all my shopping online at this point.
yeah, I do for the most part too. Unless I'm like near a place at a given point.
Like the only thing I don't shop for online is like groceries, which I could shop for online if I wanted to. And fucking like that's it. Like cat food, I guess. Like if it's something I need right now, I'll go to the store, but if it's like, yeah, I can wait a day or two for this.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day when you would order shit online and it would take like a month minimum?
Yeah.
Like no
Now it's
matter
like no
what.
matter where you order from, it's like super quick.
Yeah, it's like
Even
2 3
like
days.
eBay. eBay used to kind of suck for that.
Oh yeah, eBay, it was like you order something and then it's like, hey, it's been 48 months. Here's that poster you wanted.
Yeah, and
I
it's like
hope
by
you
then you've
enjoy
already
it.
forgotten about it. It's like, oh, okay.
Dude, that's like the worst feeling too when you get a package and you're like, when did I order this? And it's like from like 6 months ago, and you're like, oh, well, you already know it's a waste of money because you don't even remember it.
Yeah, exactly. I think my audio
That's
just
also
cranked
just
up.
like I hate the worst. I hate the feeling of buyer's remorse so much. I get that from my dad. It's like the worst feeling to me. It's like my kryptonite. Whenever I get buyer's remorse, I'm like, no, I can't even like look at it or myself. I'm like, like it like makes me suffer.
I feel that though. I feel like a lot of people definitely got that with a lot of new games that came out this year, like Cyberpunk.
What games are you excited for in 2022, sir?
Elden Ring, definitely.
Elden Ring. That's
There,
the Dark Souls thing, right?
yeah, there's it's got like George R. R. Martin and stuff on the writing team, and
Oh,
I
that's cool as shit. Why is he doing that though? Doesn't he have books to write? Shouldn't
yeah,
he be
he's I feel like George R. R. Martin just like
gave up
has
on the series?
serious creative ADHD, which I can relate to. But at the same time, it's like, goddamn, dude, how do you let something get so popular and then just be like, I don't want to finish it? Like, come on, man, what the fuck?
You fucking nerd.
Unless, maybe he had just like really serious writer's block, because stuff like Game of Thrones is hard to end in a satisfying way. Because you got a
I
lot of
feel like
dangling plot threads and characters and different things that all kind of
I, f-
melt together.
I feel like he's probably waiting for the hype of the series to die down, which it pretty much has. So I bet you it'll happen soon. Oh wait, games coming out in 2022.
How
The
sucky would it
one
be if like he actually finished the books, but he just went off the show and like novelized what they did?
That'd be really shitty. I mean, I wouldn't care. I've never been invested in that story. I'm invested in the Stormlight archives. Okay, I like niche fantasy, not this big popular shit. Okay,
Game of
um,
Thrones is definitely low fantasy, and the
yeah,
difference between high fantasy and low fantasy is
like
honestly kind of vague. It's basically, to my understanding, high fantasy is more like
realism.
no, there's more like magic and usually
Well,
the
yeah, but the
the plot.
scale of realism.
Yeah, and usually the plot is usually something that involves like the end of the world and shit like that. And Game of Thrones is, has that, but there isn't really a whole lot of magic. There is, but it's like I don't know, kind of downplayed.
Hey, stop it. The game I'm excited for that's coming out in 2022 is the fucking where is it? I can't remember what it's called, but the Harry Potter game that's coming out.
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen
The,
any gameplay. Have
nope,
they shown
nobody
any?
has. Nope.
I really want them to
There's
show
been
some.
some leaks, but they haven't. It's supposedly coming out in February, but my money is sometime in the next like 3 to 6 weeks. It's gonna get delayed again because they haven't even shown gameplay of it yet. So
I really hope that I'll still play it if it is, but I really hope that it's not turn-based.
I'm pretty sure it's a like an RPG. So it's like you control a character in a 3D world. You know?
Yeah. It could still be turn-based though.
Yeah,
And
true.
like I hate to say it because I just hate turn-based combat, but I could see that shit adapting to Harry Potter pretty well. So like fuck.
Harry Potter RPG game.
If it is turn-based, I will still play it. But
It's called Hogwarts Legacy. It's going to be an open world action RPG set in the world first introduced in the Harry Potter books. Now you can take control of the action.
Wow. I would love to take control.
No. Oh yeah, they have released gameplay or like not gameplay, but there's like a trailer out that has like glimpses of gameplay in it.
Yeah.
They've released the reveal trailer. The Ravenclaw who dared to discover. Blah, blah, blah.
I didn't realize there were so many Dead Space games until recently. Like aside from 1, 2, and 3, there's a couple of mobile games. There was a Wii game called Dead Space Extraction, which is weird it's always weird for me to think about like violent M-rated games on the Wii. And I'm not the only one who thinks that because like if you look at the statistics, I'm pretty sure that M-rated games have like always kind of sold like shit on Nintendo consoles, especially the Wii.
Mm.
So I think it's weird that there was a fucking Dead Space game on the Wii, but it's kind of cool.
There was a lot of games on the Wii. The Wii had like a really, really expansive library.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the Wii. Like I didn't hate it, but I felt like since the motion controls weren't really that good, they kind of like vetted for that by making the games really, really easy. And the games sort of like it felt like it was kind of playing itself sometimes. Like you would do something and then the game would just sort of like register the motion for you. Like almost like the console's like, sorry, we didn't catch that, so we're just gonna like pretend that we did.
Yeah, the Wii back then in the era of the 2000s, Nintendo was trying to like really compete more head on with PS4 and Xbox. So they were like, yeah, we have COD on the Wii. We have all the games that you can get on PS4 and Xbox. They just are running motion control and have a lower graphics rate. Or, I mean, frame rate graphics rate. Lower frame rate and poor graphics. But they've really reversed that stance, it seems like, with the Switch, where it's like the Switch is like really, really just mostly about the Nintendo exclusives.
Yeah. Ew, fuck. My dog farted.
Hey, remember the Wii U?
Oh, yeah. I don't really remember anything about it, though. I do remember the existence of the Wii U.
Yeah, it had like it was like a really giant, gross tablet that they still tried to implement motion controls with, and it also had Wiimotes, so it wasn't even really like different. I don't know. It was a really shitty system. The Switch was a definite like good direction for them to go in.
One day Nintendo will make a real console.
I don't.
I'm just joking.
So.
Nintendo pioneered the fuck out of it in the beginning, but I don't know. I think nowadays Nintendo's just kind of a shitty company. Their practices are terrible too. They're very, very anti-consumer for some reason. They're one of those companies that like listens to what the fans want, and then they're like, all right, cool, we'll do the complete fucking opposite. You can go fuck yourself and have a nice day. Did you know the Nintendo Switch has a paid-for calculator app?
Yeah.
There's a calculator app that you can buy.
It's like, why would you not just whip out your phone?
Like, where's the fucking quality control there? How do you have a paid-for calculator app on your console? The last place you would even need a calculator anyway.
Yeah, also, they really don't like people uploading Let's Plays of their shit.
Yeah, they've always been weird about that. So is, I don't know, there are a couple, like, random studios that, like, they used to be weird about it. Like, Rockstar, I know, used to copyright strike people for just uploading videos. But I think Rockstar kind of stopped doing that. I don't know about, like... I know that Nintendo's still out there, like, trying to be the Disney of game companies. Just suing. They like to sue. They like their copyright strikes, and they like their lawsuits. I'm pretty sure Nintendo has actually sued children. I think they've literally brought, like, 8-year-olds to court.
Yeah, didn't Epic Games bring a 10-year-old to court for cheating?
Probably. You can't trust any of these people. I don't know, maybe he deserved to go to court for cheating.
Imagine being a lawyer and the company you're working for is like, yeah, you need to take down this child. Make
Like,
him cry in front of the judge.
that'd be like a funny like idea for a Darman video. It's like an ex-gamer who becomes a really mean lawyer because he got sick of cheaters fucking with him. So he became a lawyer and he just makes his mission to like fuck up kids, not to fuck kids. That'd be a very different Darman video. What if Darman did a video about like pedophiles though?
I don't know.
He should. That'd be like an actual like that'd be an actual topic for him to cover that wouldn't be like super stupid and cringy. But he would make it stupid and cringy.
Fucking I had a fucking idea for something. I had a topic, but it like exited my brain.
You had a humdinger?
Oh yeah. I did have a humdinger. What you work in a movie theater. What's how do they project those movies? Do they still use like real like projectors, or is it like digital? Like, do you get it on like a USB stick and stick it in the projector?
I actually don't know how we get the files, but yeah, like pretty much there's a projector machine thingy and then there's a computer hooked up to that, and then we just run all the shit from the computer, and then we have like all these movie files that are in like one folder, and then you pretty much just open that folder and you run the executable files for the movie, and all the files have these crazy fucking names too, like it's usually like the name of the movie followed by like a shitload of numbers and like misspelled words. And then yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but apparently it's really easy because projectionists don't have jobs anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Apparently their job is so easy now that pretty much any employee could just sort of walk in there and set it all up.
Damn, automation, bro. Detroit become human. iRobot. Robots. Cars.
I've gone in the room
Planes.
a couple times because I want to say there's only there's like two rooms, and the projector, there's like two main projectors, so there's two rooms, and then they each run like one side of the theater. So I've gone in both of the rooms, but like every time I go in there, I'm just like, oh, I'm not gonna fucking touch any of this shit. I don't want to break it.
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
It's really loud. It kind of sounds like a printing press when you go in there.
Huh. I wonder why. Probably
I'm-
just like the computer fans.
I'm printing counterfeit money in there.
Interesting. I always wondered that. I was like, how do they project those things? Because, like, I wouldn't be surprised if at this point it was just, like, big-ass fucking screens instead of projectors.
Oh yeah.
Because getting to the point where making screens is just so cheap.
Yeah, just like giant TVs.
Yeah.
That might be kind of cool. Shit. I wonder if anyone's doing that out there.
I mean, like I said, isn't that what IMAX is?
Shit. Honestly, I think you might be right. I'm not totally sure though. I haven't been to an IMAX in a long
What's
time.
IMAX? What is IMAX? Let me look
I think the last movie I saw in IMAX was Avatar, the James
Probably
Cameron
same.
movie.
I thought for a second you meant the Airbender movie, but yeah, the last one I saw on IMAX is probably that too. What is IMAX? IMAX is nope. Wait, no, it's projection. It's not a screen.
Yeah, it might just be some kind of like super duper vertical projector type thing. You know what else is really cool is the fucking planetarium at the museum. That's
is
always a
cool.
trip. And then some people are like, it's boring. It's like, how is this boring? Are you fucking kidding me?
I have to take Dramamine before I go in there.
I just farted, and there's no way the mic didn't pick up on
No, I heard it. I heard it all.
that.
And I also think that's probably a good place to wrap it up because I'm getting very tired.
Same. Time for the food.
Food.
Time to turn my controller back on.
All right, Cody, you want to close us out here? Say anything to the folks? Try to read like the prologue, prelude, and the first 2 chapters of the Way of Kings if you can.
Oh, yeah.
Before we do the next one, so we can discuss. Because I really am excited to hear some of your opinions on it, because I think you're really gonna like it.
Oh, yeah. I think so, too. Based on what I've heard, at least.
Oh, bro, it's so good. Oh, my God. Like I said, I don't even know what the conflict is yet, and it's still just captivating.
Maybe there is no conflict. Maybe the story just goes forever.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of just
It's
how
just
it
the
seems so
lives
far.
of characters.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the main guy, he's just kind of like he's a very passive character. Things are just happening to him, and he's just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Generally, that's how protagonists tend to get swept into shit. They're just sort of like, oh, okay, well, I don't know what this is, but sure.
All right, folks, this has been Big Boy District Episode 2. Jupiter, you got anything to say to sign us off? Oh, nope, she swatted at the mic. Okay. Well, my cat doesn't have anything to say.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, that'll be it then. As soon as I fucking, yeah, make some tippity tap taps. There we go.
That was like